Welcome back to another episode of In the Den, a Greenville ISD podcast. My name is Zach.
I'm Natalie.
And today we have a super exciting episode ahead for you. So without further ado, let's jump right in. What is up, line listeners? And again, welcome back to another episode of In the Den, a Greenville ISD podcast. Well, I know that I'm excited because we are joined in studio today by a couple of very special guests to our department. That would be Miss Cherie Austin, our Director of Child Nutrition, and Miss Pametria Hatley, our Assistant Director of Child Nutrition. Now, if you know Miss Hatley, you know that she doesn't go by Pametria. She doesn't go by Miss Hatley. She goes by Misi. So if you hear us reference her as Misi, that's why. But we are super excited to have you guys in studio. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having us. We're excited to be here.
Yeah, super excited.
Awesome. Well, Natalie, I'll let you kick it off.
Well, I'm excited to have you guys here. Tell us a little bit about yourselves and tell us about Lunch Ladyland.
Lunch Ladyland. So my name's Cherie Austin. I am the Director of Child Nutrition. I've been with the district since 2006. I started out at the high school as a line server. I like to tell people that I was so bad whenever I first started that all they would let me do is cook salads. Luckily, I've gotten better. After I started at the high school, I then worked my way up to manager, then secretary, then assistant director, and finally the director of child nutrition.
I love that. Oh, what about you, Misi?
So my name is Misi, and I've been with the district, started in 2015. I also started out at the high school, and I started out as the assistant manager, and I've been there, and I just worked my way up, and I never thought I would want to be here this long, but I ended up falling in love with the kiddos. And
I love that.
Yeah. So
I love that. There's something special about, having that background of being able to be in the kitchen and cooking and serving the students, and then being able to step into the leadership roles that you guys have. It really puts a new perspective on knowing what it's like to be out and to be doing the things that your staff is doing. So that's really special. Well, I know that you guys have been hot in the press here at Greenville ISD, if that's what you want to call it. And so that's not because you guys just have great food, but there's also some other really exciting news that I know our team has been excited to share recently, and that is the full approval of the CEP program. And so I don't want to spoil that. I'll let you kind of tell us a little bit about what the CEP program, Cherie.
So the CEP stands for Community Eligibility Provision, and what it is it gives us the ability to provide meals, breakfast and lunch to students for the entire district free of charge. We no longer have the need for the free and reduced lunch applications. Everyone can eat one breakfast, one lunch a day free of charge.
I love that. I love that so much. I think that that's such a beneficial thing for all of our families here in Greenville ISD. I know that that's not having to worry about either filling out an application and kind of wondering, what that outcome will look like, or for parents having to, did I put money on my student's account this week to eat lunch? And so I think that that's a huge burden lifted off of our families, and something that I know our students and parents and even teachers are going to be so grateful for. I know that's something that we're grateful for, that every student gets to have 2 hot meals while at school completely free of charge. So that's awesome.
Right. And nothing changes. It's still the same food that will be offered, and parents can still come in and have lunch with their student, and that all stays the same, right?
Absolutely. Yep. We're still going to serve the same great food that we've always served, with some new additions. And parents are always welcome. We encourage parents to come eat with us. We'd love to see. We would love for them to see what we're serving their students every single day.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Parents watch the menu for Crispitos.
I know. I watch the menu for Crispitos. That's the day I want to be on campus. Speaking of other folks being able to eat from the school lunch line, I know that some other exciting news on top of the CEP program is that our staff have a great opportunity to be able to also have a hot meal at school at a reduced price. Does that sound right?
That is correct. So our wonderful school board has agreed to pay for half of each adult meal that is served. So our staff can eat breakfast and lunch with us, and they can get a full meal deal for lunch for $2.50, and the district will pick up the rest of the cost for that.
Yeah.
That's
wonderful.
awesome. That's awesome. You can't even get a cheeseburger at McDonald's for $2.50 now. So being able to get a full hot meal for $2.50. If you guys see me at the campuses, you know why. It's because I'm rolling in on a $2.50 meal.
Right. And sometimes we could hit that first lunch and the last one.
Then we have 2 meals for $5. I'm not sure.
that.
I'm not sure if that's how they'll let us work like that, but we'll try it. We'll try it at least once, right? Well, that's super exciting. I know that I've had the privilege of being on campuses and eating lunch with some of our students, and like you said, it's the same great food and really heavy on the great because it is good food. Our child nutrition staff works very hard to make sure that we are meeting that nutritional mark, but also meeting the tasty mark. And so I know Natalie told us what her favorite thing on the menu was Crispitos. But let's talk about menus. How do you guys plan? I know that's probably a big tedious project as you guys gear up for a new school year. But how do you guys plan for your menus, and how do you appeal to the students when it comes to that kind of stuff?
We really try and keep our students front and center in our menu planning options. We listen to our staff because they are the ones on the front lines listening to the positive and the negative feedbacks every day from the kids. We also do focus groups a lot with the kids. We do it at elementary level, middle school, and high school, and we ask them, what do you like? What don't you like? What don't you want to see anymore on our menu?
Vegetables.
Sometimes it get a little crazy when we ask them those questions, because someone be like, "We want sushi and all
T-bone
kinds of
steaks.
and
Filet mignon,
"Wait a
bacon
minute."
wrapped.
Yep, they asked us for a PlayStation in the
Yeah, they
cafeteria
did.
one time. We were like,
Okay.
Okay. I love that. So you guys, I love that you guys keep the students at the front and center, and that you guys really make an effort to hear them and hear what they want to hear. I love that. On that same light, I know that you guys are also regulated as far as making sure that our students meet certain nutritional values in each of their meals. How do you guys as a team sit down and make sure that those nutritional guidelines are met, just to ensure that, while we have both a healthy meal, hot meal, but also delicious?
So that is a hard balance. Ever since the regulations changed in 2014, it's really put a damper on some of our items, but we really do try. I would say that is a constant balance to get to have us fall in line with all of our
Right.
regulations, because the sodium restraints are going to tighten even more than what they
Right.
are. And I don't think that people really realize how much sodium are just in bananas
Right.
or milk or
Right.
whatever the case may be. So I would say that struggle-wise, that's probably one of our biggest struggles.
Yeah, I can totally understand that. But I know you guys do a great job in making sure that all of those things are taken care of appropriately, so that way we are meeting those regulations, but we are also still having tasty food. So I love that so much.
Yeah.
And I know that one of the tasty food items is the nachos. When you hear from the kids, they're Wing Wednesday and nachos. What are some of the other favorites that they like?
Definitely the spicy chicken.
Yes,
Anything, if you
anything
put spicy, yep,
Yeah.
in front of anything, it's going to go well.
Pizza. Pizza's
Pizza.
always a favorite.
Chicken nuggets. Is that
course.
still the
Okay,
staple?
Wing Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit, but when I'm on a campus on Wednesdays and they're having wings, the lunchroom is silent.
Yeah. We have to serve wings, especially at our high school in middle. We have to serve wings on all of our lines.
Yeah,
So,
it's so and the students love it. And is it what 2 flavors wings are they?
So we typically do 3 flavors. We do a
3.
lemon pepper, a
Ooh.
barbecue, and a buffalo.
Yeah.
Wow.
With different sauces. So.
Yeah.
I love that.
And- yep.
A little bit of a difference, in case someone likes lemon pepper, someone likes buffalo. I love that a lot. So we talked about all the fun stuff as far as guidelines and making sure we stay healthy and nutritious, but also have great meals. What kind of give me, I think when I think about it, right, when you cook at home, you're cooking for, either yourself or your family. There's 3 or 4 of you guys. And that can be a challenge, cooking for that many people, even 3 or 4 people. But I can only imagine the challenge of cooking for 1,000 plus students at one campus a day, or let's say 5,500 students in one day, twice a day. I can only imagine that seems initially, when you talk to someone, if you were to ask someone like me, like a logistical nightmare. But when we talk to people like you guys, who this is your expertise and it's a walk in the park for y'all, share some behind the scenes details. Like what is the process look like for prepping for such a large eating base?
We try and stay the day ahead in the sense of panning up items. If it's chicken nuggets, if it's pizza, if it's whatever it is, we try and pan it all up the day before. That way we can pull it out the next morning, and we batch cook everything, meaning that we don't cook your pizza at 10 o'clock in the morning if you're not going to come through our lunch line at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
So what we do is we pan everything up and then we cook it as we go. That way you guys can have the best product,
the hottest meal. Yeah.
freshest product that you can have.
Yeah.
I love that.
And all hands on deck.
Definitely.
And how every lady is important.
How many are
Yes.
on your team?
Total, district-wide, there are 53 of us.
Wow.
That's awesome. It's a great team too. And I want to shout out the Travis Intermediate team and their sweet tea. If you've never had their sweet tea, they make a special batch of sweet tea for the teachers there on campus.
yeah.
And I don't know, they put their heart and soul into that sweet tea, because
That's why it's so good.
that
Shout out
is
to Paula.
Paula.
Yes,
Yes,
Paula.
Miss
There's a
Paula.
little bit
If
of
you're
love in
listening
that.
to
It's
this,
like little church teas. When we
there you go. There you go. I love that.
yeah.
So batch prepping, batch cooking, prepping to make sure all of those things. I imagine that's it's almost like an assembly line of things that you guys are doing, and I love what you said, Missy, that each person within that process is important.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to leave the pepperonis off the pizza, right? If you forget,
Correct.
or the sauce, or you know.
Just everything. It all works together.
Yeah, I love that so much. I love that so much.
We do break it down. So in each of our kitchens, we have departments, and each person is responsible for their own department. And in order to make sure that everything runs smoothly, we switch things up every 6 weeks. So at the beginning of the school year, you may be our meat cook. Well, in 6 weeks, we are going to rotate you to another department.
Yeah.
So you may
Yeah.
be vegetables now. That way you know how to cook everything, because the more you know, the better off you are.
I love
Right.
that. Very
So, yeah.
well rounded. I want to talk a little bit more about that. You guys are using commercial sized kitchens. You know, this is not cooking in your grandma's kitchen, right?
Popping it in the air fryer. and
Yeah.
Ding, it's done.
Because that's what I would do. I'd pop it in the air fryer until it was cooked. But you guys are using commercial equipment, and so you guys, I know as a district we are so blessed to be able to have some state of the art equipment that we are able to make these meals on. How is that different, navigating a commercial kitchen versus navigating your home kitchen?
Oh, definitely different.
definitely.
I would say that our commercial kitchens take some getting used to, because we are all brought up in our home
Right.
kitchens, right, where we have convection ovens, which means that there's a big fan in the back of it that projects all
Right.
that heat out in order to cook it faster. We have steamers, our walk-in coolers, our freezers. It's quite a bit different than just your home kitchen.
Yeah, Missy, what do you prefer, commercial or home kitchen?
I cook. I have a large family, so
She's like, my kitchen at home is commercial. Thank you very much.
I need it to be. Is what I'm getting at. But I make it work, So I wish I did have. Sometimes I'm like, can I go up there and cook this real quick?
I love that.
So walk us through the average day of a lunch lady. Roll in about
5:15, 5:30.
Really early.
As soon as we get there, we turn on all of our equipment, start warming everything up, because it really does take a while for those ovens to get going, our steamers to get up and running. We get breakfast on the line by 7:15. We have to have that cleaned up by 7:45, and we start instantly prepping for our lunch, which most campuses begin at 10:30. So we have a little less than 3 hours to get lunch made for that day.
And it's not just that, the ladies, they have to do it all. They cook, they clean. We have truck deliveries that they have to put up themselves.
Yeah.
We have, from ice cream truck to food trucks to milk, like they're responsible for all of that, and plus serving the children.
Yeah.
So it's a lot.
They really are the heroes that don't wear capes.
Right,
Yeah.
they are.
Seriously, and I'll tell you what, if they weren't there, we'd have a lot of hangry people. And so they're the ones that keep everyone level-headed.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So I love that. So you talked about the idea of feedbacks, focus groups. I know earlier when we were talking in conversation, you said you even kind of survey the teachers. Hey, what do your students talk about? Right? What are the things what's trending? What's kind of what's in the mind of people? And I know with TikTok, you guys are probably like, man, all these recipes, I don't know where y'all are coming up with these because they're requesting things. But what kind of feedback and input how would you describe that feedback and input? Is it good? Do the students love the meals? Are they always on top of the meals, or what's that feedback look like?
Definitely a lot of positive feedback.
Yeah.
We had this one kid at high school, and he was always coming, Pizza Hut, Pizza Hut. He always wanted pizza.
Yeah.
But it was really cute. So,
Yeah.
and we try to do what we can to make sure
Yeah.
that they have.
And we would love to serve pizza every day, but we also care about the nutritional values and the healthiness behind making sure you have a well-balanced meal. So
Absolutely.
I totally
and we
get
do
that.
Some of those kids that be asking for some receipts, they be wanting some extra stuff.
I love
but
that.
We just can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so tell me a little bit how you guys collaborate we talked about students, but how do you guys collaborate with teachers, administrators, and even parents to help make sure that our students are healthy beyond the meals that they're eating inside the classroom? I know that you guys aren't teaching PE class and, as a second job, but what initiatives do you guys have to help ensure that our students are also staying healthy past, whether it's signage in the cafeterias or whatever that looks like to help promote those healthy habits?
There's definitely signage in our cafeteria. We always try and encourage them to try new things too, because we hear that a lot with this kids. I don't know what that is.
Right.
What is that?
Right.
Where I think that we serve different things than in what are being served at home. So
Right.
we really push those. We would give them samples. We'll pass out samples.
Oh.
If you like it, come back and get us,
Yeah.
a full serving. That way they do try,
Yeah.
new
Right.
things and healthy new
Yeah.
things.
Right.
I love that.
So let's say a student, kids are growing and they get their lunch, they eat it all, and they're starving yet. I'm just starving. Are there any options?
Absolutely. So we have what's called share tables on each of our campus. And what a share table is it is a prepackaged item that is unopened that the current student did not want or need. So they put it on the share table, and any student at any time is able to grab that and take that. So they can, whether it be an extra milk or extra fruital or an extra thing of cereal. So they do have the option to go up and grab any of those things.
That's awesome.
We also do second chance breakfast at middle school and high school. And what that is that I know a lot of our athletes start early in the morning, so they may not have the availability to come in and have breakfast whenever the regular breakfast line is going. So we serve a second breakfast there so that they can come in and eat after their workouts in the morning.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's
great.
awesome. So what are you guys most excited about in terms of child nutrition, and what can our students look forward to?
Definitely the CEP program. I think that is, I think it's going to do wonders for our district.
Yeah.
I really do. We've got some new food ideas rolling out.
Anything that you can sneak
share?
peek?
So we may be rolling out new hot sandwiches at our high school on the deli line, kind of like a Subway toasted sandwich kind of effect.
Yeah.
Did you hear my stomach growling just now?
I think I did.
We are also going to do more in where we have our district chefs come in and do fresh carving stations and action stations on the serving lines for the
Wow.
kids. We've done that several times at middle school and high school.
Yeah.
And the kids
Loved it.
absolutely love it.
So she said that they were having the district chefs come in. She hasn't invited me yet. I didn't get that invite yet.
Oh,
I
you
got
haven't met the chefs?
I got mine in the mail.
Oh
last
no,
week.
I'm the chef.
Oh, will you come on down?
Yeah.
Get you an apron and a hairnet.
Okay, nice. I love that. No, seriously,
It's a
tell
really
us
big deal.
tell us about the district chefs. I didn't know we had district chefs. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So we use Walker Quality Service as a consulting company to come in and, just give us outside ideas
Sure.
from without our district. And chefs work for that company, so they come in and
work with your team to
They train
come
our-
up with
they
the
train-
recipes. They train our ladies. I mean, it's the whole whole big thing.
I love that so much.
Carve up fresh brisket on the line. Do
Wow.
an action station.
Yeah.
We did walk. We
Do
did
they
an
shout it
Asian
out like
style.
at Buc-ee's? Brisket on the bone.
We're gonna incorporate that in now.
You just signed yourself up, Natalie.
Right.
We are also doing custom wrapper for our burgers and our chicken sandwiches that have our district logo on them.
Oh, wow.
So, you know,
That's
we're
so
trying to
exciting.
keep it
New stuff.
fresh and, you know, inviting.
Yes, I love that so much. I want to talk a little bit about, and I'll let Natalie build more up on this because she's dealt a lot more with it. But if you were to just look at our child nutrition from the surface, you would think, well, okay, they help serve student lunches. They help do kind of the things that you would expect, you know, to expect at a campus. But we have a super awesome child nutrition department, and they do more than that, including in-district catering. So we don't even have to look outside for catering. We have phenomenal
And it's delicious.
catering options here
It is
in the
delicious.
district that are super affordable and super delicious. And so if you are listening and you've been to a community event here at the district, you've probably already tasted the delicious meals that our child nutrition team does. And so, I want Natalie, tell us a little bit about the project you guys do.
So we partner with the child nutrition team and we provide an appreciation lunch at each campus. And last year we did Taco Tuesday, and the taco bar was beyond your standard taco bar. It was everything from tacos to queso to cookies for dessert that were incredible. But even with our events that we hold in the district, from the
Golden Lions
leadership classes,
Yeah.
And it's great to have. We can call on the team and they just come through for us, whether it's with breakfast items and a coffee bar, and from lunches, everything is delicious and we don't have to worry about it. We just tell Cherie and Missy what we need and it's taken care of.
Yeah, I'll tell you just a little bit of a personal testimony about their catering skills. Listen, y'all, they came in and we were going to have a leadership class and we were talking about what the menu we wanted. And of course, naturally, like we do, we said, "Ooh, we saw this one recipe online one time and it was this creamy chicken with mashed potatoes. Do you think you can make it?" And Cherie said, "Send me the recipe. We'll make it work." And y'all, it was delicious. So most people don't know you guys do catering of that nature. What does that part of your department kind of look like?
So it's Missy and I, and we do have a catering manager, and we do every event that they ask us to do, whether it be teacher appreciation. We do parent meetings for LP Waters, PTA, whenever PTA reaches out to us.
Yeah.
All the board meetings.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything
Anything.
in-house that they need catering for.
Teacher staff meetings, lunch as well. all
Yeah.
that. We do
And
it
that's
all.
something that not many people know, that you guys are also helping tackle those things as well. So that's super exciting.
Absolutely. We love it. We, why not
Yeah.
keep it in-house if we can keep it in-house? Because, who better to serve
Right.
the staff of our district than employees of the district?
Right.
And we
right.
also decorate. So
Oh, it's true.
You do.
Table
we do it
set up,
all. Table set up, balloon arches.
You guys are the full package, huh?
one-stop shop.
I love that.
I love it too. And I love having them here.
Yes. Well,
you,
our
guys.
child nutrition department is super, super rock stars, if you couldn't tell already by all the fabulous things that we've talked about today. But if you could let everyone know, all the listeners know, something about the child nutrition department, maybe that we haven't talked about, or maybe you want to reiterate something that we have talked about. When people think of Greenville ISD child nutrition, what do you want them to think about?
Great food and service with a smile.
Yeah.
Staff that genuinely cares. Our
Yes,
ladies
our
are,
ladies.
they're there every morning for the right reasons.
Yes,
they
they are.
genuinely love and appreciate what they do every single day. And they want to see those kids smile. And I think that people forget that we see every child every single day. So we have relationships with all
I was about
of
to
them.
say. You took it right out of my mouth. I was about to
Honestly,
say
I
the
think
relationships.
that's what made us fall in love with the district anyways, was the relationships that you do get to form, because you are the first one that they see in the morning, you know.
And then kids, they come in at their lunch period, and that's their time. They come in with the lunch ladies, and they tell them about how their day is going, whether it's good or bad. They spend that moment with them, and it's just a wonderful feeling. And our ladies love it.
They do. They take pride.
They
They
do.
really do take pride in the product that they put out every single day.
Yeah, well, if any of our other child nutrition staff are out there listening and we haven't told you enough. We do seriously thank you on behalf of the whole district, you guys included, for just everything that you guys do, not only to ensure that we do have great food here for our students and staff, but all the extra things that people don't see every day. Like you said, the waking up early in the morning, the cleaning, the cooking, the serving, the smiles,
Taking care of everyone.
And really being that person on campus that is there probably earlier than most people, and is kind of like we said in the background, but making the world of a difference to all of our students. So if any of our child nutrition staff are out there listening, we do want to definitely tell you guys thank you. And I encourage our students and staff and our parents to, if you ever see someone from our child nutrition department, give them a big thanks as well, because they do a lot of hard work for our students.
Indeed. Thank you, ladies.
And come give us a try.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you have students that normally bring their lunch boxes and, they're kind of hesitant on trying the food for the first time, tell them to come see us. We can give them a sample and see if they like it even before they get a whole tray.
I love that. And one thing I will say is that our child nutrition team is super responsive and super quick at helping with any questions that you have. So if there's ever anything that our child nutrition team can assist with, please never hesitate to reach out to them. You can find more information, including school lunch menus. You can find those all the time on our website, greenvillisd.com, under child nutrition. And so we want to say a big thank you to you guys, Cherie and to Misi, for joining us in this studio today and talking about all the great things that you guys are doing. And you can guarantee we will see you guys on a campus for a hot lunch. Thank y'all so much.
We thank you guys, because you guys do a lot too. So we appreciate you. We see you too.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. We'll see y'all later.
Thank you.